teacher, and I'm thinking, I'm waiting for a spool of thread, right? So we get up there in front of the teacher, and she goes, it's like drool, only with an SP. So not drool, but scrool. So Drool Scrool got his ass whooped for the next 5 years. Now, I don't know what's funny if you like the Drool Scrool, the fact that I spent 5 years in high school. But I came down here to Oklahoma, and I remember talking to somebody, and I was speaking to them, and they said, where'd you learn how to talk like that? And I was honest, I said school. And it was foreign to them knowing the Oklahoma school system. And I remember, you guys say things differently than the way they're spelled here. Because God Almighty let me say that it's pronounced Wagner when it's actually Wagner. Here's the other thing. I go into this crazy place the other day, and when I first moved here, and I said, I had a map, and I said, I am looking for Miami. And he goes, well, you're going to be looking for a long time, boy. And I said, no, I'm not. The shit's right here on the map. And he goes, no, you just don't understand. There ain't no Miami. And I said, what are you talking about? He goes, hang on. Hey, Cletus, come on out here. Cletus comes out. What? Riverdance here wants to know where Miami's at. He's got a long drive ahead of him. Needless to say, I never found my way to Miami. But I'm here in Tulsa, thank God. My wife is here with me, everybody. Give it up for her bravery. And she always puts a little something in my pocket before I go up on stage. And I knew this because one time she was reaching in my pocket. I'm thinking, yes! And it was a slip of paper. And so I reached out, and it's always words of inspiration. You know, she always puts in words of encouragement in there. So, she did it this time. So I'm going to pull out my wife's words of encouragement. Tell Vel his child support is late. What the hell is... He was talking about white women earlier, but I don't know what that's all about. Give it up for all your comics you've seen up here so far. Son of a bitch. I was going to say, I won't want to ever they're drinking if they can't remember there's been comics up here. Who do we have? We had Billy Bazaar. He had those twin girls lately. I mean, he's going to make a great uncle, seriously. No, poor bastard. He hates when his kids call me dad. But, and I was so happy. I was so happy when Michael Jordan Dunn got up here. He's finally getting laid. Yes, with women. That's even better. I'm so happy. Jackson, I was walking in here with Jackson, the guy you just saw up here, the atheist, and we're walking up here and he slips on some ice, he falls down, I was like, oh my God, you gotta help me. I'm like, hang on. It's not your God. But hey, we were talking about current events earlier. Who saw that Metallica performed in Antarctica? Who saw that? Not a fucker. Not a single. Okay.
I didn't care.
The other day, Metallica performed in Antarctica. Yeah! And they're trying to set a record by performing on all the continents. And so it was really cool because it was a sold-out concert. All the 18 people that they brought went. And no, it sounded just like they always did. It was It's I didn't notice a difference, not a difference. So, Sandman entered at some point in time. But Kanye West was actually asked, would you like to perform in Antarctica? Would you like to be the next performer to do that? And then Kanye West, as honest as he could be, he said, motherfucker, I'm an artist. Why would I want to perform in front of a bunch of giraffes and zebras and shit? Now, Dr. Bell earlier was talking about my cigar. Is there anything more depressing than a cigar going out? Dr. Bell earlier was talking about women farting. Oh, you want a beer? I ain't got a beer.
You asked the question.
Okay. He was talking about women farting earlier, and it made me kind of wonder. There is a question I have been pondering for a while. should I take a queef to the face as a sign of a job well done? Man, has that ever happened to you? I mean, I'm a fan of oral sex, but man, if that happens to you, oh, why? Because it's nothing we're used to. That's like, I mean, who turned the fan on? And it's not even normal sound. It's like someone stepped on a whoopee cushion. And how about Billy talked about his fantasy girl earlier, Miley Cyrus. We've all been seeing this. She was up for not Entertainer of the Year because she got that. Did you see that Miley Cyrus got Entertainer of the Year from MTV? See, I'm so old-fashioned. I remember when entertainers actually used to entertain, but I'm also so old-fashioned. I remember when MTV stood for music television. So back in the day when you turn on MTV, and you could be assured that within the first 5 minutes you're going to hear, "They working, that's the way you do it. Money for nothing and the chicks for..." That's right. See, you don't get music like that anymore. You get bitches coming in on wrecking balls. And I don't know. People give Miley Cyrus a bad rap, but honestly, I don't know what more we can expect from the demon spawn of someone who made Achy Breaky Heart so popular. I mean, we're lucky the bitch isn't dry humping a banjo when she's on stage. Speaking of banjos, we got people in here from Arkansas, right? No? Awesome. Because my wife and I, we had one of these magical romances, and we actually, we did everything by the book. We ran away to Arkansas, and it's very picturesque. And while I'm thinking about it, I don't know if you guys saw this, but Arkansas, they recently got in the record books, their dating site has hit #1. Did you see this? Ancestry.com? It makes sense. You'll find your match if your family tree doesn't fork. So we go to Arkansas, and you know, if you've never been there, you're not missing shit. But we go driving around, and we went to go get our marriage certificate. And if you've never been married in Arkansas, again, you're not missing shit. But you need to make sure to read everything, because on the marriage certificate, I kid you not, it actually asks relationship of the bride to the groom. Yeah, see, she's filled one out. But, and in case you can't spell, it's got check boxes. And next to cousin, it's got to what extent. So, you know, the good thing is my wife and I only had to check off 2 boxes. That was really good. I mean, it works out great. So we went to, you know, Arkansas is everything you could dream about, you know, if you dream in deliverance. And we went and picked out our wedding chapel. It was on Squeal Like a Pig Lane. And has anybody here seen The Princess Bride, the movie The Princess Bride? Okay. Then this joke might not fail. This wedding was just like something out of The Princess Bride. We go there, and there's the rodents of unusual size all around the outside. And, you know, we had a giant and a Spaniard who were our witnesses. And we get in there, and we wrote out our own vows. You know, I'm a very poetic guy. I've got a lot of, you know, big words. I'm like, Michelle, you're my muse. And I had to look down, and yeah, her name's Michelle. You're my fan. No, because you do it a couple times, you get confused, you know? And so, you're my queen, my fantasy, you mean everything to me. I can't wait for us to start our journey together. And then she got her vows out. I just can't wait. She's like, Matt, I lost a bet. Let's get this shit over with. Now, true to form, the preacher comes out and he grabs a good book and he looks at us and he goes, Marriage is what brings us together today. And I swear there was some little bastard in the back going, inconceivable! And that's messed up, because I don't know how he knew my wife couldn't have kids, but that he really nailed that one. So, no, I'm sure if she wanted them, we could find some. But she's a good woman. She puts up with me, but I was afraid we were going to be late here tonight because we were both trying to get some of that new insurance. What's that called? Oprah Care. Oprah Care. That's it. No, when I first heard the word Obamacare, I seriously thought that it was like a daycare set up by Oprah for kids without birth certificates. I didn't know. So, but the one thing I've noticed is that the Obamacare website goes down more than the White House intern. It's really pretty bad. It is bad. But speaking of Oprah, did you guys see how she wasn't able to get a purse the other day? She was in Europe. Yeah. She was not able to get a purse. She went to go get it and they sent it away. They said, we don't think you can afford this. And she's like, they did it because I'm black. And I felt bad for her because Oprah thinks she's black. And it was a travesty. But speaking of dumbasses, how about a governor whose last name reflects the kind of job she's doing, huh? Failing. Speaking of dumbasses, when Jackson was talking about the monuments up at the State Building or the Supreme Court or wherever it is, I mean, he's got a good point, because if you let one, you gotta let them all. And I know the Hindus are getting involved in it. Have you seen their gods? They are blue. They got elephant heads. They got like 8 arms. I mean, it's like if Mary Fallon and Dewey Bartlett were standing beside each other. It's like an homage to fucked. So, but speaking of dumbasses, now we put Dewey Bartlett back in the office here. So that showed me that Tulsans really have no idea how to vote. So we need to work on this. But I've noticed that Dewey Bartlett has failed so much, he's got a ringing endorsement from the Bushes, so that's really good. No, GW signed off on this one, so we can all rest assured. But I don't have a problem with Barack Obama. People ask me if I do, I said I don't have a problem with him. I just think we're really going to be hurting for a nation when we finally do put a black president in the office. So we're gonna need to watch that. Seriously, I was getting lost on the way here, and I went over to the place across the street, and I realized that's where Cletus and his friend worked. What is it, the Caravan? So they couldn't tell me where Miami was, but they knew where the undercurrent is.
Yeah, there you go.
But I was trying to use my GPS. And why is it that a GPS is in a woman's voice? Now, I don't have a thing against women. I mean, that's my wife. I've known plenty of them. But the thing is, why would it be in a woman's voice when the reason we got those things is because we've got an annoying voice, female voice, telling us where to go anyway? I wanted to give a public service announcement. You're going to have to let me know when you need me to get off here, too, because I don't know. Okay. I wanted to make a public service announcement because I was watching some of Billy's old porn videos, mainly because I lost a bet. And my public service announcement is that, men, we need to manscape. We need to manscape. It needs to happen, seriously, because your partner does not want to be going down on Osama bin Laden. They do not want to do it. The carpet should not exceed the drapes. And afros are only good for the top of the head. That's just my public service announcement. But I was with a girl one time, and she talked me into waxing my chest and waxing other places. And I'm not with that bitch anymore. But I actually took a razor just on her inclination. I took a razor and I shaved my ass just to see what it's all about. I'm just like, no one likes a hairy ass. I didn't like hers, and so I just figured I'm gonna go ahead and shave my ass and see what happens. And I did that, and upon doing so, I learned why dogs drag theirs on the floor. Holy crap! We were talking about illegitimate bastards earlier, and I've got a kid. And my son is awesome. He's 11 years old, and he he was watching my YouTube videos the other day, which that's never good if you're under the age of like 21 and sober. So he said, Dad, I was looking at your videos, and I'm like, oh, okay, which ones did you look at? He goes, well, I noticed that you talked about a woman's china in one of them. And I said, well, son, you need to realize. He goes, no, I get it because my mom has china too. Only she gets hers out when there's company over for dinner. And I said, yeah, that sounds about right. And he said, but Dad, one thing I've noticed is that my mom, she doesn't use her china very often. So that'd be the one of the reasons why your mom and I didn't work out so well. And the last thing he said is like, but Dad, I noticed also that my mom, she doesn't take very good care of her china. So that'd be the other reason why your mom and I didn't work out so well. Somebody mentioned Disney earlier, and as a comedian, I've actually made a pitch to Disney. I've actually made a lot of pitches to Disney, and they rejected my last one. See what you guys think. It's a movie about a bunch of little sea creatures that are hitting clubs, hitting bars, bouncing back and forth. It's the nightlife of sea creatures. I called it the clubbing of baby seals. Threw that shit right out. I don't understand. But I am a Christian, and I'm going to wrap up on this one. I was driving from Oklahoma City to Tulsa the other day, and I was feeling kind of tired, and so I did what the song says, and I asked Jesus to take the wheel. And apparently Jesus wanted me to end up in the ditch that day. And so I called up Carrie Underwood's people. I'm like, what the hell are you people doing? This isn't good at all. This doesn't work. You're going to get a lot of people killed. And apparently I got some Italian woman, because she goes, sir, it's a metaphor. And I go, well, who's it a metaphor? Because it's not working. But apparently Jesus wanted to disconnect the call because it ended right then and there. So anyway, I am Matthew School, everybody. Thank you very much.
Great job. Give it up again for Matthew. You know, they said